Rikki Klieman, CBS News legal analyst. So Alan Weisselberg, chief financial officer of the Trump Organization. If he pleads guilty, what could that mean for the former president?
What we've learned is that Alan Weisselberg intends to plead guilty, and surprisingly, he is going to cooperate, not directly against the former president, but against the Trump Organization and the people involved in payroll. Because what you're dealing with here is a plea of guilty to tax violations where he got perks and things like tuition, cars, rent, and that they were not accounted for properly. The president may still be in the clear as to this case.
All right, let's talk about the White House documents investigation, the search of Mar-a-Lago, that search based on an affidavit. If the affidavit is unsealed and revealed to the public, what would be in there potentially?
The concern of the Justice Department, and apparently they're adamantly concerned that they do not want this affidavit to become public, is because it not only paints the picture of what led up to the search warrant being issued, which has to do with then perhaps uncovering sources, but it also goes forward as to what the scope of this investigation and perhaps other investigations are. So they would like to keep that secret. Now, things happen in court that don't often happen on the paperwork. So it is possible, and I underline possible, that there may be a compromise where some of the affidavit is public, but only, I think, if the Justice Department wants it.
All right, we shall see. To the Georgia election interference case, Rudy Giuliani is a target in that criminal probe, and he testified before a special grand jury there this week. What are you watching in that case?
I think that's the most dangerous case for Donald Trump. One of the things you have to consider is that this special grand jury is going forward with a wide-ranging investigation. In the unlikely event, but anything, again, is possible, a prosecutor could decide they want Rudy Giuliani's cooperation, despite how high up he is in the chain, to directly go after Donald Trump. If that were the case, they could give Rudy use immunity and demand that he testify or else go to jail. He's older. He's in his late 70s. He certainly does not want to go to prison. That case is really bubbling. And if that grand jury investigative body comes back with a report that looks like they have enough to go forward against Donald Trump, that's where I'd be worried. Again, Donald Trump, we know, is concerned because he's hired one of the finest criminal defense lawyers in the country in Georgia. That's Drew Finley. And Drew Finley knows his way around the Georgia courts. He's tough. That's
a case we'll be watching, and that is a signal. If Alan Weisselberg, to go back to the news of today, pleads guilty, by my count this morning, that would be at least the sixth close Trump ally or aide to plead guilty to a felony or be convicted of one. And Gayle, on that note, I will send it back to you. Rikki Klieman, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony.